40 for Rateable Crest Titans.
What a renaissance we're seeing in UK rallying at the moment. Of course, we've added another closed road rally to the tally of events on the English mainland. But this weekend, we're in Wales, in Aberystwyth, to add the very first Welsh closed road rally to that tally. And what a weekend we've got ahead of us. 8 stages, 44 competitive miles on some of the best driving lanes in Wales, usually used for road rallying. The action is getting underway on the stages, so let's join it now for the 2019 Get Connected Rally Bay Ceredigion. Based in Aberystwyth, this groundbreaking event would see the whole town on board as the team behind the rally set to make history with the first closed road rally in Wales. The rally would run a compact route with minimal road miles and a selection of challenging Welsh asphalt for the fantastic entry to sample. And there were indeed a number of crews on that entry that could take victory this weekend.
No, we're very much looking forward to it, and the sun's out as well, which makes it an even more enjoyable day.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it for a long time. We finally got closed roads in Wales. Fantastic day. Should be wonderful for everybody, especially with the weather.
This was usually road rally country. Today, it's stage rally country. Onto the stages, and it would be the early lead for Ocean Price and Dale Furness. The pair hadn't had much time in the car recently and were out in a hired Hyundai this weekend. They wouldn't be letting the lack of seat time get to them though, opening up a 10-second advantage.
5 left, narrows, 20 open, 5 right half long, keep in, into 6 left, short of a crest, 70. 6 right at 40, 6 right half long, tightens, minus half long, tightens, late okay, 150. Slow, 6 right of a grid, 20 open, 3 left tightens, small cut at rails, 30, 6 left short.
And that advantage for Price would be over British Rally Championship runners-up Tom Cave and Dale Bowen. They were struggling a little over the morning stages, but were keeping themselves within reach of that rally lead. It's slippery in places out there.
Right of a 20, late 5 left, don't. Into 6 right long, don't. 120 for the grid. 5 left sharp, don't.
The leaderboard hadn't always looked like this though. Myron Evans and Jonathan Jackson had been quickest over the opening stage of the day. Frustratingly for them, so early, the event would come to an end in stage 2 when they leave the road. It would be a new car this weekend for Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark. The pair had, of course, competed with some success, it has to be said, in an Escort before, but not an Escort like this. The immaculate Scott Williams Motorsport prepared car, delivering plenty of smiles for the pair. They round out the podium places and, of course, lead our two-wheel drive crews at this stage. The early attrition continued in the lanes, though. We lose Kevin Davies and Alan Richards when they crash out in the 4th stage. They'd looked to be on the limit over the morning stages as well, sometimes a little over that limit. Their good result sadly coming to an end before the midway point.
Kevin Davies.
For Hugh Hunter and Rob Fagg, it would be 4th, a couple of seconds back from Pritchard in the Escort. Things going well at this stage for the pair, but this would be the last we see of them. They retire with clutch problems. Event sponsor and multiple asphalt champion Damien Cole, with Max Freeman alongside, will be 5th at this stage. Cole, of course, would want his name on the trophy this weekend, but he had some work to do to make up the time for that to happen. Things were going well, meanwhile, for Myler and Rodri Evans, most of the time anyway. A spin in the morning wouldn't cost them too much time, they were lucky, but it could have cost them a place overall. They do lead the way in the class though, lying in 6th. Marty McCormack and Barney Mitchell swapping their usual R5 machinery for a run-out in the Escort this weekend. And things were certainly going to plan so far, leading the way in the H3 class from 7th on the leaderboard. The Darians were expected to go well this weekend. For John Dalton and Gwynfor Jones, it would be second in the M5 class. Jason Pritchard out in the lead of that, out in third of the event. The Darien pair going well though. The stages in places probably only just wide enough for the car. They lie in 8th overall. And 9th at this stage would be Diffrig James and Emir Jones. They were also just behind Dalton on the class results as well in 3rd, and only 0.8 of a second separating them at the midway point. Rounding out our top 10 leaderboard overall then will be Hugh James and Johan Jones, second in the M4 class as well for the pair after 4 stages. Another of our crews to retire, we lose Daniel Jones and Gerwin Barry. They get most of the way through the second stage before crashing the Escort out of the rally.
2 right. Watch it, back.
In some of the places outside of the top 10, particularly in the classes, it would be the lead in the M8 class for Wayne Sisson and Neil Shanks. A good lead in the class as well, from 12th overall. Jamie Jukes and Ellie Williams will be suffering a little with the brakes fading in that Astra. It looks fantastic though, doesn't it? They do lead the way in the R1 class though. A great first outing on a closed road rally for co-driver Ellie as well.
40, late right 3 on crest jump. Into left 6. 50, turn right 7 plus. Slight left on crest, right 1, into left 1 middle, into right 3 short opens max over crest, 60 over grid over 50.
For Sean and Emma Crowley, it will be the lead in the M3 class. The little Peugeot going well over these tricky stages. The pair lie in 15th overall. And the angry-sounding C1 Max of Ridian Daniels and Thomas Whittle leads the way in the M2 class. The pair due to replace the car with an Escort next season. So a good result this weekend would help to finish the season off nicely. For Craig Jones and Ian Taylor, it will be second in the M8 class. The pair a little way back from the lead in that class, but still going well and lying in 19th. Second of our historic crews at this stage then would be Dave Pritchard and Emir Hall. They were not looking like catching our class leaders, but they'd have to watch out for chasing crews behind. McCormack, of course, in the lead of that class. It had been an ideal start to the rally for Lloyd Morgan and Mark Clatworthy in that micro. They were pushing hard and with a significant lead in the M1 class to show for their efforts. Simon Bevan and Craig Davies, meanwhile, will be second in M2. A good start for the pair, who had around 30 seconds of an advantage to third in class. The R1 class this weekend then, as we've seen, will be dominated by Jamie Jukes in that Astra. So second place will belong to this man, Mark Lennox. Ryan Griffiths alongside. They were not in the class leading fight, but they were holding off those behind. It was a similar story as well for Lynn Davies and Geraint Mays. Second in M3, a good start for the pair, holding that position with some good pace for now. And for Gethin Price and Tommy Williams, it would be second in M1. A bit of time to make up through the afternoon, but going well out in those lanes. There'd be problems of a more dramatic nature for Ian Evans and Gareth Parry. They take the wheel off on this corner, thankfully getting it sorted and remarkably back on the road, but now down in 80th. We would, though, lose Barry Jordan and Arwell Jenkins. They didn't get too far into the rally before taking this corner a little too fast, ending up in a field. It's game over for the pair. So we're midway through the rally then, and the results at the top of the leaderboard are starting to shape up. They look like this.
Yeah, it's been a decent morning, to be fair. A little bit slow on the first stage, but I just wanted to get through cleanly without scaring myself, to be honest. And yeah, we've just increased our pace a little bit, but you know, there's a lot left. But I'm not really planning on using it. It's you know, it's fairly fast in places.
I know in my mind, in driving wise, I definitely can. If we can get the car to work now on the way out to the first stage, and if I can get the feeling back with the brakes, then I'll have a good push. I'll push as hard as I know I can with the car, and the times will show. So we'll see.
That's brilliant. I just wish the day was a bit longer. Loving every second in this car. Amazing stages, amazing car. Couldn't wish for more. Perfect weather. It's an absolutely brilliant day. This is what we love.
If you were to describe the stages to people around the world now who've never seen them before, how would you describe them?
Very, very technical. It is non-stop. You're going left, right, left, right. The co-drivers have got a massive job getting all the notes out in time for us, and it's so demanding.
Yeah, really good, very, very, very testing. Really tricky stages, to be honest, really tricky. But we knew that obviously after the recce, and a real challenge, real driver stages. So yeah, we're just glad to get to service.
No dramas out there, no moments this morning?
Well, I seem to have put a big dint in my passenger door. I don't know, I must have hit a bale or something somewhere. But other than that, no, fine. I mean, we've been out on too soft a tyre, so car's been feeling a little bit leery. But other than that, no, it's been good. So we'll just put some harder tyres on this afternoon, and hopefully she'll feel a little bit better on us this afternoon, and maybe go a little bit better.
We're back in those Welsh lanes for the afternoon stages, a repeat of this morning's in fact, and it would be second in the M3 class to finish the rally for Dafydd Williams and Andrew Davies. For Ian Evans and Gareth Parry, it would be second in M2, a good end to the rally for the pair. Oil temperature issues in the morning would mess up the day somewhat for Rodri Evans and Dean Wiltshire. All they could do then in the afternoon was enjoy the stages and see what they could achieve overall. They end the rally 7th in the class, 43rd on the overall leaderboard. For Lloyd Morgan and Mark Clatworthy, it would be the M1 class victory. It could have been a different story though, the pair having a big moment on the penultimate stage that could so nearly have cost them a finish. They do, thankfully and fairly remarkably, get going again, and with the only damage being to their overall times. For Mark Lennox and Ryan Griffiths, it would be second in the R1 class. They didn't look likely to catch the class leaders, but they do a good job of hanging on to that second place, should anything have cropped up ahead. There's no change in the H3 class, certainly not as far as Dave Pritchard and Emir Hall are concerned anyway. They end the rally second in that class with 24th on the leaderboard. And indeed, a similar story in M8 as well. Craig Jones and Ian Taylor remaining second in the class to end the rally in that Evo. Things had gone to plan this weekend in the end for Sean and Emma Crowley then. They take victory in the M3 class, as well as a good solid overall finish in that Peugeot. And it was the class win in the M2 class that Rydian Daniels and Thomas Whittle came here looking for. The pair no strangers to a class victory, but this weekend would be something a little special. It had been a good outing in that road rally spec Astra for Jamie Dukes and Ellie Williams. They reached the end of the rally with a class victory as well as a fantastic 13th place on the overall leaderboard. Not bad going, especially considering their earlier brake issues.
30 right four short, 40 crest middle, slight left max long, okay, 140, slight left, mid on crest, 60 care crest jump middle, 100.
Ross Brusby and Sam Collis are moving the right way on the results through the afternoon. They make their way up to 11th place overall in the Escort. A result good enough to get them second in the M5 class as well. Sam commenting on how amazing the stages were this weekend. And you just know that those two had fun in that Escort, don't you? On to our top 10 then here at Rally Bay, and a good end to the rally for Wayne Sisson and Neil Shanks. They round out the top 10, as well as taking the M8 class win. For Dylan Davies and Cleon Williams, it would be some places gained on the leaderboard in the afternoon to get the pair a 9th place finish this weekend in that Escort. Hugh James and Ewan Jones end the event with 2nd place in the W4 class. They have a good run over the afternoon to take 8th place overall as well. Meanwhile, out in front in the M5 class would be Diffrig James and Emir Jones. Some good times through the day helping them get that class victory, as well as climbing to 7th overall. The change from R5 machinery didn't seem to be holding Martin McCormack and Barney Mitchell back at all. They guide that historic spec Escort nicely sideways to the finish. 6th place overall, as well as the Class H3 win. And it will be a class victory too for Myler and Rodri Evans, themselves taking the M4 class this weekend in the Escort. It was a hard-fought place gain for event sponsor Damien Cole, Max Freeman alongside. Frustratingly for them, not enough to get them a podium finish this weekend that they so badly came here looking for. They do, though, take the trophy for first in the M7 class for their troubles. The switch around to a modern spec Escort seemed to have suited Jason Pritchard and Phil Clark. They reached the end of the rally with the final step on the podium. A fantastic way to end the rally. Some enjoyable moments along the way. Moments being the operative word.
Opens 2 left water, 80, 1 left sharp over crest, jump, 2 right half long, don't cut, and 1 left over small crest, 30, 4 right tightens, and 4 left tightens half long, 3 right plus over small crest, 1 left, right over 40, tightens 4 right short, 4 left short half long, opens 2 left short, 40, 1 left over crest and bumps, 2 right plus half long, 40, 1 left short over crest, 40, 2 left.
Despite a Herculean effort, there was nothing that Tom Cave and Dale Bowen could do to take that victory this weekend. They end the rally second, just 7 seconds in the end back from the lead. Disappointing on one hand, particularly on Tom's local event, but a great way to finish the rally.
Long crest down into 6 right long, into 6 right very long, 30 up, yumpy grid, and 6 left long, in on crest, into yumpy crest, and 6 right long, don't, 100 over finish, with the stop, late 3 left plus sharp, don't.
And of course, this battle had been entertaining the spectators watching from the stages and at home all day. But that, of course, means it's victory for Ocean Price and Dale Furness. Some fantastic stage times then. See the pair take victory by such a small margin from Cave, who had mounted that fight back late on in the rally. Ocean then writing his name in the history books this weekend. And of course, the pair setting themselves up for a return to defend that victory in 2020.
30, narrow, 3 minus left, and 2 plus left, keep in over crest, 20, 6 right, 40, care, very narrow, 1 right over crest to Bales, 30 over bridge, 1 left over step, and open, 1 right, neat, in out, 30, open, 2 minus left, keep in, and 2.
So here's your confirmation then of the results at the end of a successful weekend for everyone involved. Particularly, you have to say, the organisers. Close competition, no shortage of action out on the stages here in Wales.
Why now?
Oh, you just got to love it though. I mean, you got Mark II on these lanes. And, well, hell of a surprise, really. I was telling Roddy this morning, the last thing I want to do is go back in my seating. So I was like, to be up there was absolutely amazing. So, yeah, over the moon.
Mark II on these lanes, it is the perfect car for this rally, isn't it?
I'd say so, yeah. The Darrins might be quick on Nantamoch, but otherwise, yeah, they're so bumpy and technical. They're just great. There's nothing like it.
Obviously, your performance has been pretty special out there today, but as an overall experience, what have you thought of it?
I think the rally's, been set up and run perfectly. Everything's gone as clockwork, and okay, there's a few people been off or whatever, but it hasn't been delayed and no dramas. So hats off to the organisers. There's a heck of a lot of work gone in. So yeah, all credit to them really.
So you're back next year then to work on a podium, right?
Well, I might have to upgrade the engine for that one.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic event. The organisation has been second to none. I think we've run on time all day. There's been, I think it helps that there's some competitors on the organising team. When Charlie Dukes asked me a good few months ago whether I wanted to get involved, I did say to him, are you sure you want to run a rally? Do you realise quite how much work? Because I've been involved with other events previously with the Wydeen and various other things. And I think a few people have had a shock with quite how much work is involved in putting on a rally, especially when you've had to close public roads.
But satisfying to be here at the end of it and to see so many people come out. The spectators have been out in force today.
Yeah, there's been an awful lot of people out watching. So in the car you can't really see quite how many people are there sometimes, but I've seen a few photos and it looks as though there was a massive amount of people out. So the weather's helped, and I'm sure they've all had a great day's sport today, and hopefully there'll be a few more rallying fans around the Aberystwyth area after today.
Very happy, though a bit disappointed not to be starting again, because enjoying myself so much in this car. It's fabulous. I've already asked Scott if I can use it again, and he hasn't said no yet.
Has he been keeping a close eye, Mr. Williams, on what you've been doing today?
Yeah, he's had a christening today, but he's been watching as much as he can live. He's already here today now, and watched the last stage and had a bit of a moment in front of him, but yeah, they are heart and mouth stuff, but he's alright, he's happy enough.
I said to Dale after we finished, I said, look, it's important we had a finish today, because Ulster didn't obviously finish too well for us, and we've got a big weekend next weekend in Scotland, and you know, it's good to have the confidence high.
And that confidence is high?
It certainly is, yeah. I drove, I'm not just saying that, but I drove really well this afternoon, and Dale did an excellent job as well, and it just feels like how it should be, and yeah, we didn't obviously get the win we wanted, but second is still very good. But well done to Oshan and Dale. They did a really good job, to be fair.
Oshan, the champagne has been sprayed and you are the first winner ever now of a closed road event here in Wales. Rally by Ceredigion. How happy are you right now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy, but I don't think it's sunk in properly yet. I mean, it's all been, you know, from the last stage here, champagne done. Yeah, I'm sure tonight I'll have a good think about it, and yeah, it'll sink in. But yeah, what an awesome day, awesome weather, great car, great stages. Yeah, fantastic.
You pretty much summed the event up. There's a lot has gone into it from the organisational point of view, and you know, we always wondered whether we would see closed road rallying here in the UK and in Wales especially. How important is it that it's happened?
It's massive, you know, it's even massive. You look what it did to Aberystwyth yesterday and last night, you know, everywhere was rammed, and you know, the people out on the stages as well. But not only that, it's the die-hard rallyists like ourselves, you know. We've had some great competition and great day sport, so yeah, brilliant.
What a day then for the very first closed road stage rally in Wales. A success for Oshan Price and a triumph for the rally organisers here at the Get Connected Rally Bay Ceredigion. The town planners, everybody who's got involved, the residents, the spectators, the marshals, everybody who has supported this event. We've been on the edge of our seats today with the action out here on the stages, but you can't help but feel that we're all on the edge of a classic era in British rallying. We'll see you next time.
Care 40 for Rateable Crest Titans.